Okay, this video is going to show you how to make the bags for kids that Aviva makes once a year. Last year we had over 3,000 bags that we made, and we held the bags for the children. If you're going to be cutting your own fabric, if it's 40, 41, 42, you need to cut it 35 or 36 inches long. If your fabric's a lot wider than that, you need to turn your fabric, so you're going to be cutting it, which would be going the crossway of the design, and cut it to where it comes out to be about 24, which would be your, 22, which would be your 44, and then it would be 35 or 36. Most of the things you're going to be picking up from Aviva are going to be about this size, which looks like a regular pillowcase, or some of your fabric might have two seams, which if you go like this, you're going to do both your seams. Okay, next you're going to take your small triangle, if you have a small triangle. If you don't, you're going to turn your fabric down 2.5 inches. So you're going to take your triangle and you're going to fit it in here, and you're going to turn it over here. And then if you want to pin it, you can, or if you don't want to pin it, you're okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take and you're going to top stitch this down. And then it will look like this. And that's going to be the corner to your casing. Now then you have your two corners made for your casing. You're going to take the top and you're going to fold it down 2.5 inches. And you can either eyeball it, or if you're like I am, you have to pin it. You're going to put that all the way across the top of your bag. And you'll top stitch this. When you top stitch it either 5/8 or 1/2 inch, so that it isn't quite on the edge, so it won't ravel. Okay. Now after you have the casing done, it's going to look like this. You're going to take and you're going to sew the side seam down and your bottom seam. Also on this, use the 5/8 or 1/2 inch seam. When you have that done, you're going to turn your bag. You still have it out wrong-sided, so you're good. You're going to take and you're going to make seam to seam, which this seam here is going to meet this seam here. If you don't have a seam, you're going to have a seam on one end, but your other one might not have a seam, but it'd be a fold. So you're going to take and match one side to your fold. And when you do that, you're going to use your large triangle. You're going to put him right here. You're going to take and you're going to mark it. Or you can use this ruler to use 3 inches. Then you're going to take and you're going to sew this line. And you're going to do that to both ends, and when it comes, it's going to look like this. When you're finished, you're going to turn it right side out, and your bag will look like this. It'll have a bottom, and it will have a casing somewhere. Here's your casing. That's the bottom that you made. The following instructions is going to be how to record a bag that's already been sewn, and that will be bags for kids that Aviva did over 3,000 for last year. Thank you very much for your help. We appreciate everything you do. If you're going to cord the bag, we have 3 different sets of cord tools, which I'm sorry I only brought the one in. But what you're going to do is you just attach the cording, which sometimes is a trick. Anyway, you pull it through here. Okay, you're going to put it through, and then you're going to take your bag and you're going to start it through here. And on this one, if you have a bag that has 2 seams in it, you want to look and see which way your fabric's going with this seam, which I'm sorry I don't have one. So if the seam's going to your left, then you're going to go this way. If your seam's going this way, then you want to feed it through the other side so that your cording tool will go over your seam. And please don't iron your seams open, because then it won't go at all. And you just want to be sure that you don't pull the little tail all the way through, because if you do that, then you get to do it again. And you're going to take it out, and you're going to take and tie a knot in it. And you're just going to tie a knot like this, and then just pull it and make sure that it's a good knot. And then that's the back. And it doesn't have to be completely flat, because if it's completely flat, the tie would be too big for the children, because when you put stuff in it, if you pull it this close, you have this much of a tie. So if it doesn't all the way flatten out, everything's fine, don't worry about
it. We are Aviva Children's Services, because every child matters.